know what this looks like. Yeah, but if you're here for the Alibre content, then just kick back and relax. I'm going to show you guys what a total newbie to the world of Alibre does when he's thinking through a model like this. So here we go. Let's create this model in Alibre using Alibre 3D modeling. The model that we're going to be creating here is going to look a little something like this. And regardless of what CAD system you're using, you always want to start out by coming up with a game plan. And I think that that game plan for this model is going to start out with maybe creating this shape. I think this shape here kind of captures the overall shape of the model. And I think after I create that shape, I can cut off this front section. Now, there may be an argument made to say, like, maybe it makes sense to sketch this shape first, kind of the top shape looking down, and then go in with the secondary feature and create this shape over here. And I could get on board with that as well. I think both of those are totally valid. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to create this kind of shape from the front first. Then I'm going to do a cut extrude. So I'll create like a sketch that looks kind of like this and cut off that kind of front nose of the model. Then what I'll do is I'll create this shape here, this like tombstone shape. See, a lot of times in SolidWorks or in Alibre or in Onshape or in any 3D CAD system, what we do is we start out by creating the bosses, and then we maybe add cuts if those cuts are going to affect the overall shape of the model. So a lot of times you start out by creating your bosses, then you do your cuts, then you do your holes, then you do your draft, and then you do your fillet. You kind of start to learn over time that there's like a set order in which features should be created, and it's something like the order that I rattled off a moment ago. Not always the same. There's always going to be exceptions to the rules. So in the case of this model, I'll start out by creating this kind of almost looks like an L shape. Then I'll create this cut extrude to cut off that front nose section. Then I'll create this tombstone shape here. And now I'm ready to move on and start creating my cuts. So then what I'll do is I'll create this tombstone shape here and kind of cut that out. Now I'm ready to move on and create some holes. So I'll create this counterbore here, this counterbore here. Then I'll create this counterbore here. And then I'll finish up by adding these fillets here on the corners. So a basic game plan, you know, how do you learn how to build those game plans? Really from experience. Like I said, there's a basic game plan that you can follow every time. It goes something like make your bosses first, then your cuts, then your holes, then your draft, then your fillets. That's kind of like a basic playbook that you can try to follow, but you always have to deviate when the geometry warrants it. So I'm going to take this entire drawing, I'm going to move it over to my second monitor. And once I move this over to my second monitor, I'm going to get in here and start working in Alibre. And Da Vinci in the chat, $5 super chat. Thank you so much, Da Vinci. Very much appreciate it. He says, thank you for all of the practice models. Yes, if you like this practice model and you want to get some more action like this, visit us, tootalltoby.com/practice. And I'm glad that you're enjoying these, Da Vinci. And thanks so much for the super chat. Very much appreciated. All right, so let's get in here to Alibre, and we're going to choose here to go to create a new part. So we're going to say new, and what is this new part going to be? Well, we're going to need to set up our units. We're going to need to set up our materials. Let me just move this over here from my other screen. So we're here in the Alibre 3D CAD modeling interface, and we can see here that we're going to examine this interface. You can see we've got our different planes here, our XY plane, our XZ plane, our YZ plane. And we've got this section over here at the top of the Design Explorer where we can specify our material and also where we can specify our part data. This is where we set our units. So I go up here to the upper left, I go and choose units. My units are going to be millimeters. My mass is going to be grams. And then I'm going to also, up here at the top of the Design Explorer, I'm going to choose this option here, Material Library. And I'm going to go into my custom Too Tall Toby materials, and I'm going to choose the material ABS. So now I've got the appropriate material applied. Now I'm ready to jump into my game plan. And if you remember, my game plan starts out by us picking a plane. And here I'm going to do a right mouse button, activate 2D sketch. And that's going to become kind of the center of my model. And now on this plane, I'm going to begin sketching a line. So I'll click here on the origin, I'll move over. Now at this point in Alibre, I can let go of my mouse and I can take advantage of auto dimensioning. So that's going to be 135. There we go. That looks pretty good. And then I'm going to move up here. I'm going to move my mouse in the vertical direction, let go of my mouse. I'm going to type in 12, enter. I'm going to move my mouse over in this direction. Now, this dimension we can see on the print is not actually called out. The overall dimension is 135, and then the distance to the endpoint of this dimension is 25. So I can just do 135 minus 25 and press enter, and there we go. That gives us our 110. So it's nice that Alibre can do that, you know, basic arithmetic. You don't have to like create the line and then go back and dimension it after. Just a little time saver. So this one here will be 65 for the total height, minus 12 for that plate thickness. There we go. And then these final dimensions here are just going to be based on that angle. So I'll just create a line that comes down here and closes off. And then I'll jump into the dimension command and I'll create a dimension that goes from that angled line to this vertical plane here. And I'll say that's going to be an angle of 15 degrees. And so now the sketch is all black, and that means that it's fully defined, and that's what we always want in 3D CAD, because fully defined sketches lead to predictable models. So I'm going to exit that sketch. I'm going to choose Extrude. This is going to be mid-plane. Remember, we planned this out, so this is going to be a mid-plane extrusion, and that's going to go to a depth of 85. Enter, and boom, we're done with that. We're ready to move on. So for my next sketch, I'm going to right mouse button, once again, right mouse button, activate 2D sketch. That puts me into sketch mode on this surface. And now here, I'm going to use a command that's a little bit newer to me. I'm going to pick this face here and I'm going to choose project to sketch. And this lets me quickly kind of convert that entire outside region. I'm going to use the option for reference figure so that the lines are not solid lines, but they're construction lines. And I'm going to say maintain association to source entity. I'm going to say OK. And so you can see that this basically just traces over that outside perimeter, but it makes it much easier in Alibre to create geometry and reference those edges. So now you'll see when I go into the arc command, whoops, I want this one here. The arc command, now you'll see that I can reference that edge. Now you'll see that I can reference that edge. Now you'll see that I can reference that edge. So it just kind of sets me up for success. It makes it a lot easier to make those references. Now in Alibre, if we want to add a relationship, the S key menu that I'm used to in SolidWorks shows up here, but it just shows up automatically kind of in the background. So instead of pressing S to get this menu, I just click in the background, and then under constraints, I can say vertical, pick this point and this point. And then I'm going to click in the background again, and I'm going to click on my constraints again. I'm going to say tangent, and that's going to be this arc and this line here. And then I'm going to just click in the background again, and I can choose dimension and then drop in that radius that it's supposed to be on the front there. Now, I couldn't figure out a way to just cut this nose off using the sketch as is here. So what I did was I just kind of went in and added a little bit of extra material. If there's any Alibre wizards out there that are watching this and know a more elegant way to accomplish that, let me know. But for now, what I did was I just kind of created that extra geometry so that I can jump into a cut extrude, and then I can choose to cut extrude through all, and there we go. We cut off the nose of that model. So now we're ready to move on to this next feature where we create the kind of tombstone shape on this face, activate 2D sketch. And once again, I'm going to create some reference geometry. This time I'm just going to pick this edge here. And you'll notice that as soon as I pick on the edge, that project to sketch shows up here with some different options. So I'm going to say project to sketch using reference and maintain associativity. And then I'll hit the green check mark. And that way I've got a nice entity there that I can reference when I start getting into my line commands. So this is going to be a line here that comes over like so, comes out like so. We're going to jump into a tangent arc command and drop in a tangent arc coming off of there. There we go. Bring that all the way around to 180, reference that original line that I created. And then we can jump back into a line command and just finish this thing off. Now, I sometimes take a look when I'm done creating shapes like this just to make sure that I've got my tangent relationship here and a tangent relationship here. And you can see that it is missing from this lower section. This is just kind of something that you learn over time. You kind of learn just to keep an eye on those tangencies and make sure that they get added. So if you ever miss one, no big deal. Just again, click in the background, go into your relationships, tangent, and then you can pick those two entities. That adds that tangency relationship. We've got an arc dimension that we're going to assign here with a value of 26. And then finally, we're going to say that there's a relationship of concentric between this arc here and this arc here. And that should fully define that sketch. And it does. So now at this point, we're ready to deactivate that sketch and jump into an extrude command. And with Alibre, something that I like about the extrude command is that I can just press the depth of the extrusion, 9, enter, and boom, I'm done with that feature and I'm ready to move on. So if you're ever using Alibre in, I don't know, a speed modeling tournament, it'll be good to learn some of these shortcuts to kind of save you time as you're finishing out your features. So now, once again, I'm going to use that same technique that I used before, create this kind of reference geometry across the top, and that will set me up to create another tombstone shape here. So I'll come down. This one's going to come down to a depth of 20 millimeters. We'll jump into our tangent arc command, create our tangent arc that comes around like so, and then we'll make a final line here that goes between these two, and that line should be vertical. There we go. And then that line should also have a tangency relationship to that arc. There we go. So tangent, tangent, just taking a quick double check there. add a dimension here. This is going to have a radius of 15. And then finally, we'll add a vertical relationship here between the origin and this point, and that makes that sketch black. That's what we want. Fully defined sketches are predictable sketches or lead to predictable models. So we'll deactivate that sketch and jump into an extrude. And this one is just going to go through all, and boom, there we go for that feature. This model is looking pretty darn good. I think we're now at the point where we're ready to start adding in those holes. So remember, we get to that point in the design process. I'm going to pick this face. I'm going to choose holes, and I'm going to be adding a hole on this face here and over here. I'm going to add a construction line here. And then after I add that construction line, I can use the relationship called symmetric. So with symmetric, I could pick that construction line in these 2 points, and that way they will behave symmetrically relative to one another. So now I can just add the dimension between them at 55, and I can add the height from the top of the model here at 10. There we go. And now I just need to change the type of hole that we're creating here. So if we look at the hole call out for this hole here, we can see that it is a hole call out with a depth of the counterbore at 5 millimeters, a diameter of the counterbore of 10 millimeters, and then a diameter of the through hole of 5 millimeters. So I'm just using the tab key on my keyboard to kind of quickly navigate through those fields. And so now at this point, I can choose OK. And there we go. That gives us a nice set of counterbores there. And then I can kind of do the same thing here on this face. Pick this face, choose to begin a new hole in Alibre. This is gonna once again be a counterbore, so I'll drop a point there, jump into my sketch relationships and make sure that that point is concentric. And then for my counterbore, I can use the tab keys again here. So I can say that this is gonna have a depth of, let's see, where's the depth of that one? 12. A C-bore diameter of 30, and then a through-hole diameter of 15, and then the depth end condition here is going to be through all, and that should take care of that one. And now the final feature that we're going to add here is going to be a fillet. So right here on the Alibre toolbar, we'll make this a fillet. It's going to have a fillet radius of 20, and we're going to pick this edge here and this edge over here. And that should do it for that model. We do what's called the final spin. We kind of look over the model and make sure it looks at least close to what we're seeing on the print. And then we can go to the inspect command and choose physical properties and calculate. And the mass that we're coming up with here is 204 grams. So did we get it correct? Drum roll, please. The correct answer is 204 grams. We did it. We did it. Yeah. And that is how you use Alibre to model up this tier 4 part that comes from the practice models page. If you want to challenge yourself to do this model, go over to tootalltoby.com, take a look at tootalltoby.com/practice, and later today you will see that 24-01-10 is going to be listed here, and you too can challenge yourself to do this practice model. So if you enjoyed that demonstration, put a 1 in the chat. Let me know that you enjoyed that demonstration of Alibre. And we're going to move on now. We're kind of closing in on the top of the hour. I see a lot of great chat in here. Model Monday Live is great. Yep, thank you so much for being here with us. And okay, let's see here. I see Tracy Chadwick is still going through and noticing changes and errors and still rebuild. And Jern is giving us